Welcome to Northeast Hungary, to Miskolc, to DVTK Arena, and game day 7 of the EuroLeague Women 23-24, and the two unbeaten teams arrive here with not a single loss to their name. And Fenerbahce, the defending champions, are in town, and this is the big game of the week. Here's the current table in Group A. Fenerbahce, DVTK 6-0. Well, it's not a surprise. Fenerbahce, the defending champions, 6-0, recruit a talented roster, have superstars across that roster. However, DVTK are the Cinderella story of this EuroLeague women's season. Coming through the qualifiers, they have won close game after close game and find themselves sitting at the top of the pile with the defending champions. And ideally for them, they take on those defending champion team in their arena, which is as big a fortress as you can find in the EuroLeague Women. Albeit this team did lose one of their qualifiers. They lost the home tie by a single point to the London Lions, but a massive 15-point win in London in the first leg meant that they were in control of that tie and did an excellent job in closing out. But that really did not give anyone any idea that this team was going to go 6-0 and find themselves in a position to complete the first half of the regular season top of the pile with a 0 in the loss column. Well, there's been challenges along the way, obviously, for the Hungarian club. Obviously, Veronika Kenyasi not available. And the short roster just got even shorter. But whatever has been put in front of them, this team has found a way to come up with an answer. Done a remarkable job at the defensive end. They're 1-6-0, only averaging 68 points per game. So you can see where their defensive prowess is giving them the victories. Emma Meiseman in picture, you've got to say, one of the stars of world, let alone European basketball. The catalyst for Belgium's Eurobasket Championship. And has found herself back at Fenerbahce looking to repeat last year's success. So going to get into the individual player introductions. This is a home court that makes a lot of noise, and the only time it's quiet is when the opposing team is introduced. So Fenerbahce on their way out. Great blend of Turkish talent plus some of the best international players in this competition find themselves on this roster. Alongside Meiseman, Yvonne Anderson just gives such experience at the point, so they take care of the basketball. They shoot incredibly high percentages, 37% from 3, over 60% from 2. This team knows how to put the ball in the hoop, and they share it beautifully. High percentage options. Tisha Howard and the October MVP, Kayla McBride, give a lot of firepower at the forward spot. And if you have put that with Meiseman, this team knows how to score. But she's a Cinderella story, yes, but that almost undervalues the quality of this DVTK HUN-Therm roster. Nina Aho and Kayla Charles in the backcourt have written a phenomenal combination. Reka Lilic has led this team across the stat line. 11 points, 3.3 assists, 3.5 rebounds. The Hungarian national team player has really delivered. And the veteran, the 34-year-old Lika Johanovic, the Montenegrin forward. 5.5 rebounds shows you the work rate she puts in. 9.3 rebounds as well for the forward. And it's just a team Discipline is an understatement. Their defensive effort is just phenomenal, keeping teams under 30% from the three-point line. And they build it on their defense. They take care of business on the glass, and they share the ball in the most intelligent way you can. And that's testimony to Coach Fenerbahce's work on the sidelines. The third team on the floor, Adriana Cheka, Veronika Abrotova, and Jelena Tomic from Spain and Croatia, respectively, are the third team on the floor there. Teamwork, as we know, always as important as the other two teams. To complete the starting lineups, Howard at the power forward really does give this Fenerbahce team a lot of punch right off the start, and her combination with Amazement under the legend that is Valerie Garnier gives this team balance, gives this team so many options. Starting lineup for DVTK HUN-Therm. Kayla Charles is having a season. Nina Aho in the backcourt. Their combination is just exceptional. But you can't say enough about this team. The work on the inside that Darcy Garvin has done, the Australian power forward. And then they get the contributions off the bench. It's a short rotation, normally a 7-player rotation in reality. But Grigors Lauskalti in the win last week, 25 points, 9 assists. The big Lithuanian really did step up. So it's more than just that backcourt combination and the work that Garvin does. It really is contributions of everyone coming on the floor. The way that the defense they play is made even more impressive, that no one gets anywhere near averaging 3 fouls a game. They are so disciplined in their effort. Their defensive execution is out of the top drawer. But this is the biggest test that defense will ever face. The most productive offense in the group, averaging 95 points per game across, 93 points per game across this EuroLeague women's season. So the most potent offense against arguably the best defense. Well, the purists out there will say defense is the thing that wins you championships, but that's going to get stretched. And Garnier is an absolute expert at getting the most out of her teams, especially from an efficiency perspective. Well, can this defense contain that Fenerbahce offense? It's a real test for DVTK. Every time they've come up against a really phenomenal opponent, were they going to be good enough to beat Valencia? Yes, they were. Were they going to be able to win on the road against Skio? Yes, they did. And now it's an even bigger question. Can they beat the defending champions? Can they get to the halfway point of the regular season with a 7-0 record? That was just unthinkable at the start of the regular season, except if you were a player, and more importantly, in this arena, if you were a fan, because the fans here in Miskolc, they just believe. There you got a shot of Marta Abraham, the assistant coach, who is, as it's a team effort on the floor, their work on the sidelines as a group is just exceptional. The crowd, as always here, will stand. They'll stand until they get the score. And you've got to think that DVTK have to hang around in the game. They have to keep this game close and competitive as they sing the anthem of DVTK. Well, the anthem sung. And we are moments away. Game of the week is an understatement. You could argue game of the season so far for these two teams and for the competition. Two unbeaten lineups going at it. Cinderella story. Does it continue or does the bubble get burst? And if you had to pick a team to burst the bubble, it's the defending champions. Now we're underway here in Hungary. Fenerbahce on the road in the blue uniform, in the home white, DVTK. Howard on the elbow. Eastman slides the keyway, inside, outside. Anderson, feet set, three in the corner is good. And the champion looked like a champion start as Fenerbahce finds a way to get an open three against the stingiest defense in the competition. Charles will move it on. Fenerbahce showed a double team and come up with the steal. Tremendous read. McBride doesn't get it to go, and the ball will go back to DVTK. Alperiona. With the miss. Aha. Aho in the backcourt. Ball moves it on. Inside, outside. Garvin with the extra pass is broken up, and Fenerbahce's defense all over DVTK's offense at the moment. Deep catch. Howard on the inside. Little 1 foot step away for two is good. And defense turned into offense in the blink of an eye. Ball will stay with the home club. Ball stripped by Miesemann. On the end line. Oh, with the three is good. And every single time this team has needed her to step up, she has managed to do it. Knocks down the three, and that'll settle the nerves. Anderson will turn the corner, gets to the lane, inside, outside. Miesemann with a step back, long two is no good. Charles with the rebound will push. Looks to turn the corner, gets to the foul line. Little floater for two with a soft touch, doesn't get the roll. Anderson will run it back. And Fenerbahce really trying to push the tempo. Bride needs a pass, finds one. Howard goes to Miesemann on the inside. The help is late, and Miesemann with the easy two. And this isn't DVTK basketball. It's a little bit too quick, a little bit too high the tempo. Aho, same spot with the three. This time, back to backs the three. And Nina Aho just is the heroine of this crowd. Anderson off the screen, turns it over. Garbing, little touch in transition. So whistle on the play. Garbin gets a piece of it, gets it to Lilik, and she just pushes. Draws the contact, and they just will not back down. It's an impressive start against a Fenerbahce lineup that's come out with that tempo. Charles needs a pass, steps through, great cut. Garbin the easy two. Sorry, as good as Laukate gets the two. Sorry to the Lithuanian. Lick pushes. Garbin for three in transition is good. And DVTK, after a little hesitancy on the start, at the 11-7 lead. You can hear this noise. They're going to call the travel on the play. Love the call. You can't play defense if you allow that pivot foot to be picked up that quickly. Aho finds a little hole, moves it on to Charles, who backs it out. DVTK moving on. Back-to-back threes is no good. Darcy Garbin look to follow in one with another one. Miesemann will get it out of the corner. Howard doesn't get a touch. Anderson has it deep. Going to ask her to make it on the dribble. Miesemann lines up the three. Got it. Both teams showing you why they are both unbeaten. Miesemann goes to 5 personal. DVTK still have the 1-point lead. Garbin, Lillich goes back door. No option. Charles has it. Nice slip. Ball's out of bounds. Will stay with Locaite is active, really active at the start of this game. Rotations off the DVTK bench. And Tadic checks in. Tadic is instant. He really can light it up very quickly. Aho with the long three off balance is no good. Defensive rebound. Fenerbahce will just get it into the half court. Lean away, Miesemann in rhythm, doesn't get it to drop. The DVTK have numbers here, 4-on-2. They just have to find the open option. Backs it out though. Lillich likes the matchup, going to work, gets to the baseline and kicks. Foul on the play. Garnier, not a happy coach. There's the contact. Never really had position, Miesemann. Lillich will inbounds. Little soft one to the inside. They missed the little bunny. There's Tadic. McBride is way short. Aho doesn't like the numbers. We'll back it out. And then go with the ball screen and the pick, the pop. They hit the second side. Lillich on the inside. Nice pass. Easy two. That's how to run transition basketball. Hit the second side, attack it on the ball reversal. DVTK had the 13-10 lead. We have a timeout. Hopefully we'll get a listen. Super start by the home club.
Ambitious, elite,
Verbunden,
united, inspirating,
competitiva,
ambiciosa,
stylish,
powerful,
diverse,
diferente,
beraber,
inspiring.
Well, Nina Aho, she's only, mid-20s. She had a good Eurobasket women as Hungary were fourth. Average, only played 15 minutes a game. Really did a nice job off the bench, but that was not going to be the precursor to what's turning out to be an exceptional EuroLeague women's season. 6 points already of DVTK's 13. 4:30 to go in the first. Bride needs a pass, moves one out. Whistle on the play as Onar tried to make things happen on the dribble. Charles reaches. Takes a little contact to the side of the head. She'll sit. Uzan will check in. Oh no, missed last week's game. Drops inside. Super pass. Absolutely super pass for Measurement. Averages 5 assists a game, and you can see how with the quality of the vision and the execution of the pass. Tenya into the half court. Tadic has it, moves it on. Lelic gets inside, needs a pass. Fion's wide open. Charles left open. Can't rotate away from Kayla Charles. Howard with a little runner is good for 2. Instant response as Natasha Howard just gets down the floor. Howard with 6 personal, hasn't missed a field goal. Garvin moves it on, hops out, lines up the 3, is short. Tadic can't get it, but will draw the contact. Howard will pick up the personal. Step back, long 2 is short. Defensive rebound. Mazerman just owns it. Uzan gets Mazerman in the trowel. Tries to hit the second side. Anderson off the handoff. Goes lob to Mazerman, seals off, inside out. The open 3 is good. Laksa, the Latvian gets her feet set, just fills it up from deep. And Fenerbahce retake the lead, 17-16. Charles has it. Tadic will go deep. Charles gets to the foul line, stops and pops for 2. It's just end to end. Laxer again gets her feet set quickly. This time is way off. Anderson tries to keep it alive, but is Anderson chases it down. And she's out of bounds, but then I think didn't have contact with the basketball, went back in, came off the defending player. Uzan will inbound, has to go deep. Mazerman needs a pass, little backdoor pass for the reverse layup is no good. Charles brings down the rebound, and DVTK don't have transitions, so they're in the half court. Charles needs a pass. Tenya puts it on the floor, steps underneath, little step through, doesn't get it to go. And that'll be a Fenerbahce basketball. (18-17), the home club had it. Uzan in the half court. Anderson will come off the down screen. Meisman tries to seal off, will have to step out and ball screen. Uzan with a floater for 2 is no good. Aho will advance it. Charles will look inside. Garvin. Oh, sorry. Rodriguez Kaite again. Very similar. Extra pass. The open 3. Ozan for 3 is no good. Chance to run. Aho has it. Numbers down the floor. Aho needs a pass. Has to go inside. Great seal. Tremendous effort. Rodriguez Kaite draws the contact, just holds the space so well. In traffic, draws the contact. Uzan will be charged with a personal. And Monica Rodriguez will go to the free throw line. Tenya will sit. The minutes that they get off that bench for DVTK, absolutely crucial. It's not the length of them, there's the quality within the 2-3 minutes that they rotate. Really is pretty much the piece that makes this puzzle work for the home club. First free throw is good. Here's Kaite. Coming off that 25-point game against Valencia, playing with a lot of confidence, goes 2 for 2 from the line. These guys don't sit. I think the seats are almost an inconvenience for that section of the crowd. Behind the basket to our left, they are just up for 40. Alpiri Onar back in, has it. Uzan needs a pass, a little touch pass, reverse layup is no good. Whistle on the play, late, but unless you're a home fan, probably correct. That's Mazeman definitely believes she was fouled, and when you're a 92% free throw shooter, it's pretty much put them in the bank. Get a pound for every time any commentator says what a great free throw shooter they are. Every time they missed, you would be a rich commentator. Aho looks to reverse it to the second side, looks inside, great seal. Zalakaute is blocked by Miesemann, gives it up, great pass. 3-on-3 in transition. McBride looks for an option, needs to kick it out and start again. Kayla McBride moves it on. Onar, nice deep catch. Whistle on the play as Lelik is outsized and outgunned on the post, had to foul. If she just plays a straight up, Miesemann scoring on that play. Darcy Garvin, member of the Australian national team that qualified the Olympic qualifiers, coming up in February here in Hungary, one of the groups. Hungary, after their 4th place in Eurobasket women, will be battling to get to Paris, and still the biggest prize in world basketball. Oha off the glass, doesn't get it to go. The ball will go back to Fenerbahce. 3 seconds to get a quick one. Aho couldn't get it to go. Gets all the way to the ring. Will be disappointed she didn't finish the play. Tadic couldn't control it. And Fenerbahce with 3 seconds to try to manufacture a shot. Bribe with a runner is no good. And Alpiri Onar closes out a tremendous first quarter of basketball with the missed final shot, which finds the home team with the 20-18 advantage in the battle of the unbeaten teams. DVTK lead it 20-18. Wow, 67% and 33 against the 43% and 36. And we talked before the game about the quality of Fenerbahce's offense and would that overcome the defense? Well, the defense has it at the moment. Howard and Miesemann, the stats leaders for Fenerbahce. Aho with the 2 threes, and Charles, not surprisingly, lead things for the home club. Well, it was the defending champions that really came out of the blocks that bit faster, that bit more aggressive, a little bit more confident. DVTK, 2 turnovers in the first 2 minutes. Really looked a little hesitant. but then the players you expect just came to the fore. Charles got going for her 5 points, made the little foul line jump shot, almost trademark for her. And Aho got the 2 threes, and that was enough to settle the nerves. And then Rugo Scaute and Darcy Garbin got things going on the inside. Reka Lelik has had a quiet first quarter, but I don't believe that's going to stay quiet for too long. Here we go, start of this second quarter. And DVTK, oh, they just leave. Wide open 3. And Darcy Garvin says, hey, do you not know who I am? I can step out and stretch the game from the 4. Knocks down the 3. Second 3 of the game for the Australian. Super start for DVTK. Howard wants the deep catch. And going with the 2 bigs has really helped DVTK. Oh no, can't get the runner to go. They've got numbers. 4-on-3 break. Just have to find the open look. Aho just about keeps it alive in the half court. They're going to run horns to get the Garbin slipping. Early slip off the glass. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. Tremendous effort by the Australian. Laute moves it on. Milik takes a look, moves it on. Aho's going to have to just throws it away. Miscommunication deep on the clock. Laxer with the stop and the push. Howard is fouled in transition. That'll be at least the second foul on Lilik. Got caught again, not with the matchup she really wanted in transition. And Charles will have to get back in, and Aleka Lelik will sit. This defensive pressure is not just intense, it's just so smart. Anderson attacks the baseline, is fouled on the play. Towan takes one for the team, really. Late fouls on the floor. Second quick team foul in the first minute or so of this second quarter. Uzan needs a pass, finds one. Howard on the inside, goes to work, steps off that pivot foot for 2. Just a little clinic of how to play in the post. Charles has it knocked away, but recovers it. Still 12 on the possession. Don't worry about getting late in the clock. Tough pass. Garvin, nowhere to go. Charles has to put up the tough one. Gets it to go. How not to panic. That'll be the 3rd team foul. And we're only 2 minutes into this second quarter. Well, there you see the hook of the arm. Laute picks up the personal. Toman will sit. Another one of those like brief rotation substitutions. Uzan gets the drop. Just lent in for 2. Charles. Well, they go early on the high post. Garmin hits the second side. Aho inside. Lilik back in the game with the fouls. Little runner for 2 is no good. Defensive rebound pulled in by Katia Laksa. Howard crosses over to the running hook. Doesn't get it to drop. That's work on the glass by Lilik, who pushes in traffic and then just loses control. Anderson going the other way. 3-on-2 break. Howard hits the underside of the ring but will draw contact. Kaute picks up the personal, and they want to know why there wasn't a foul on Leka Lilik. This is the play they're complaining about. And that's the play that they're going to play about as well, because the foul on the body, as you saw, that was Grigolas Caute with the contact on it. So everybody's unhappy. So DVTK will take the timeout just to, as much as anything else, settle things down. Let's take a listen. Oh, the great thing coming out of that timeout. If you're looking at this option, you don't have a shot, it's no problem. Just move on to the next option. Just stay within what we do. Howard knocks down the first. Howard shooting around, well, she's had a rough time from the free throw line, but that's not the normal Howard. She's only shooting just under 50% in the EuroLeague. But in the Turkish league, over 60. 1 point game. DVTK have the 1 point advantage, but are in the penalty with a long time to go in this quarter. Lilik, feet set for three, is no good. Defensive rebound. Maiseman will bring it down, and Howard Anderson pushes. Sideline pick and roll. Onar gets it off to Howard. Drops it inside. Nice pass. Uzan's movement, continuous movement, was excellent. And Fenerbahce, as we have yet another lead change. Aho needs a pass, gets a little deep. Well, they saw the mismatch, just couldn't execute the pass. Anderson gives it up. Onar is fouled on the penetration. Charles takes one, but Onar will go to the free throw line. And Fenerbahce is just squeezing the defense a little bit. Just playing a little deeper, taking away the penetration so they're not having to chase. Alperi Onar on the free throw line. Turkey had a difficult Eurobasket woman, and Onar, one of the players to come out of it with some credit, really did leave it all out there. 2-3 zone, he's really sucking the life out of this DVTK offense. Charles. Anderson shows her the corner. Charles goes there, nowhere to go. Maiseman comes up with the rebound. They've already used up the timeout that they took early. And it's all about Fenerbahce momentum. That's a 9-0 run. Down 4 to up 5. Charles goes deep. Tadic goes to work. Second move to the glass is good. Had the mismatch. Finished the play. And they needed those. They desperately needed those two. Zan has to come back. Maiseman will hit the side. Sideline pick and roll on the empty side. Maiseman going baseline. Gets an angle. Goes back with a right hand. Hooked for two. Just played it on the open side. The little two-man game. Maiseman goes to 8 points personal. Lilik Tries to really thread the eye of a needle in the zone. He's just taking up space. Onar leaks out for 2. And they're going to have to take that timeout. 7-point game. Fenerbahce turning the screw. The zone has made a huge difference. And Alberi Onar leaks out, gets the 2. Timeout. DVTK take the timeout and have some talking to do. Well, they've got to find a way to stretch the zone. They've got to try to find a way to create the seam and then attack the space. But the last 3 minutes have all been about Fenerbahce. It's a 13-2 run that finds the defending champions with the 34-27 advantage. And if it's not broken, definitely don't try and fix it. They stay with the 2-3 zone. Again, taking space away on the penetration. Charles. Tough little step back for 2. And you'd have thought they wouldn't have the issues with this. They really can stretch the floor, DVTK. Howard hands it off. Yvonne Anderson gets to the elbow. Makes the tough one. Was looking to pass and had no option. Had to manufacture the shot. Gets in the lane. Aho wants to push off. I think she's going to get any joy there. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the half. Crucial for DVTK to hang in here. Down 7. They do not want this to eke out to a double-digit margin. The 2-3 zone is literally sucking the life out of this DVTK. I thought they'd be able to stretch the floor and they'd back themselves from the 3-point line, but Garbin doesn't get it to drop. Anderson gives it up. The tempo just picks up for Fenerbahce. Mazeman looks inside, needs a pass. Excellent ball movement, wide open for 3 is good. That's how to keep the ball moving in transition. Kayla McBride gets the 3, but the open look created by the ball movement. Aho goes inside. Tadic, one-on-one. He's going to have to go up with a tough one. Gets it to go. Natasha Howard did everything she could to make that a tough ask, but Tadic stayed with it. And the front line, you've got to say, the front line for DVTK is going to work. Much needed turnover. Chance to run. Aho skips it. Charles, feet set all day. Can't get the 3 to drop. Mason keeps it alive, and McBride will take the tempo a little bit out of the game. Mason thinks about the 3, looks inside. Ball's broken up, and the ball will stay with Fenerbahce. Gliga Lascaute will replace Garbin. The normal rotation will see Charles and Garbin come back after a minute here and finish out the half. Got to hang in here, DVTK. Down 8, 39-31. Anderson has it outside. And Fenerbahce look like defending champions should, turning the screw. Howard on the inside, deep catch, in traffic, is fouled and will go to the free throw line. And everybody with their palms up says, who? Who, me? Let's take a look. Well, there's the foul. Tolman just not straight up. There's the arm that's down. You feel that arm that's across you, you're going to go straight through it. Howard too experienced not to miss that opportunity. Tolman picks up the personal. Howard on the free throw line. 1 for 2. Just over 2.5 to go. DVTK, just if they win the last 2 minutes, they're right back in it. Ilic is fouled as he blew past the closeout. Meesman has to steal or foul on that. Don't give up the middle. Don't create the advantage for the offense. Meesman takes one for the team. Laxa checks in. The one thing that doesn't change is the 2-3 zone. Tadic needs a pass. Anderson just worrying and bothering the offense. 5 on the possession. Lelik stops, pops, fills it up. Laka Lelik takes the responsibility, closes it to a 7-point game, and the crowd love it. Timeout for Fenerbahce. Coach Garnier will push in these last minutes of this first half to try and really hammer home the advantage that they've built. They're up 7, 2:23 to go. Let's take a listen. Fenerbahce, after the timeout, just over 2 minutes remaining in the half, will really want to push, look for a double-digit lead going into the half. DVTK have to hang in here. Anderson off the down screen, stops and pops on the foul line, doesn't get it to go. Howard's on the glass, but that's a defensive foul. Howard just made a real nuisance of herself on the offensive board, just went to work. She'll go to the free throw line. Let's take a look. She's 1 on 3 on the glass. Well, there's the foul. It's not hard to see that one. Tadic is charged with a personal. I think she's a little unfortunate. I think the foul looked so much more as though it was Grigel Scoute. But I'm a lot further away than the official. So Howard, chance to make this a 9-point game. 2 minutes remain. Garman's going to check back in for the last 2 minutes. Tadic will sit. Aho will advance the basketball. Tolman has it. Garbin. They're not giving Garbin space on the three-point line right now. Gets it in the low block. Has it knocked away by Howard. McBride has it, leads the break. Numbers down the floor here. Howard to the corner. Anderson wide open for 3 and knocks it down. And the way they execute the break is just out of the top drawer. Spaced it, moved the basketball, get the open look. When you've got that quality, it's not complicated. Lilik tries to answer with 3 of her own. Is long, defensive rebound, and they push again. Laxa gives it up. Howard gets to the front of the ring, wants a touch, gets a touch. Is fouled on the play and will go to the free throw line. And as we said, going into the timeout, Coach Garnier is going to want to push and squeeze and try and get that double-digit advantage, and her team have just been exceptional. Charles is going to check back in. 12-point margin. Well, they averaged 95 a game, and in this second quarter, they have just exploded. A 27-point quarter with these to come, and there's still a minute remaining. Tasha Howard on the free throw line. Goes over. And DVTK will take anything that keeps them in this right now. Charles. The zone has just really, they've struggled to find an answer. Aho in the lane, again with a tough runner. Gets her own rebound. Always finds a way to help her team. Lilik going baseline on Laxa. Spins to the lane, kicks it. And she passes it off. And Fenerbahce still have fouls to give. They've been in this zone for most of this second quarter and just have not fouled. Garnier takes Howard out, not wanting to risk the third foul. Selingu, a 20-year-old power forward. One of those players that's always described as the future. Charles. Aho gets it in the corner, attacks the middle, tries to turn the corner, off the glass for two, is fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Laxa picks up the personal. I don't think it's going too far to say she has to make the throws here. It's not about the margin, it's about the mentality of the situation. Get it back to 10, get a stop, get it back to 8, and you'll feel like you've worked your way right back in it. Makes the first. Chance to close this to a 10-point game. They're going to get at least one more shot, DVTK. 2 for 2 from the line. Nina Aho again getting it done. Onar moves it on. They're going to try and use up all of their 24. Anderson on the sideline, wants a bit of space to play. 6 on the possession, little hesitation with the left hand off the glass. Super finish. Charles will hold for the last shot of this half. How are they going to want to make this? Charles handles, spins to the middle, gets to the lane, steps through with a tough one, gets the drop. Big 2 points to finish the half. And DVTK just about hang in here. They trail 10 at the half, 47-37. Fenerbahce on the back of a 29-17 second quarter have the halftime lead. They've opened it out to 56% from the three-point line, 55 from 2. They have just scored in that second quarter. Howard leads it with 13 points. McBride's been quiet at the offensive end, but still appears on the stat line. Anderson, Maserman, and Howard lead it. But this isn't done. DVTK down 10 at the half. In the locker room, we'll talk it over. We'll leave you with some highlights of that first half. We'll see you shortly to see who remains unbeaten after week 7 of the EuroLeague Women. We'll see you shortly.
Na még kettőt nézzük meg. Egy kicsit rövid. Jó, vélemény fáradt. Oké, köszönjük szépen. Félpályás Ligi győzött. Ez teljesen biztos. Megint egy hölgyelem a fiúk ellenében. Nem baj. Mindenki próbálkozott. 100 000 pénz a jutalom, aki belőle egy kísérletből a félpályáról. Királyzik mindenképpen jó volt. Egy incipicit rövidnek tűnt. Nézzük, kedves István! Ez mindenképpen hosszan kísérlet volt, hisz az ugrák közé ment a haszni, és a Béla lénykedves zárta a sor. Ez is egy szép hosszú dobás volt, de reméljük fontos. Köszönjük szépen a próbálkozóknak, itt van velünk róla Attila, Mundián tulajdonosa, akitől megkapjátok majd a DVTK HUN-Therm dobóverseny ajándékait, és a győztes pedig az aláírt labdát is. Gratulálok! Tapsoljuk szerintem a győzteseket ebben a versenyben, mindig különösen, hogy hányként újfent győzött. Legközelebb nem kell sokat várni a következő dobóverseny részen vasárnap újfent játszunk hazai pályán, akkor a Győr lesz az ellenfelünk. Köszönjük szépen! 17:30-kor kezdődik majd a DVTK Alagoz gazdagodóvérkezés után, mint egy tétkor. Reményeink szerint 30 perc alatt át lehet majd élni ez alatt a 322,5 méteren. Akkor nem sokára kezdünk, és majd látni fogják Fortress Clubot is a szünetben. Addig is van perec, van sör, 2 percet a szempontból sör biztos. Hajrá, sör!
Lássuk, neked az utóbbi
Well, welcome back to Miskolc here in Hungary. Both teams on the benches, just ahead of the start of this third quarter. And you've got to say that DVTK hung in there. They were put under intense pressure in that second quarter, and yep, okay, they eked it out to a 47-37 advantage for Fenerbahce. But at one point it looked like it could be worse. They really did dry up at the offensive end, DVTK. But 37 points in a half is pretty much what they're averaging across this season, and unfortunately for them, 47 points is pretty much what Fenerbahce are averaging in the points column. But the zone, Coach Garnier put the zone on the floor, and it really did just take it. Well, two things. It took DVTK out of their rhythm offensively. They struggled to get shots they were looking to get, but it really did give Fenerbahce the chance to run off the front of that zone. And the points in transition, be they primary points or shots and points in terms of secondary break, it's just an exceptional execution of how to run the break. So Fenerbahce will start the same way they started the game. Whereas Tadic will start for... No, I just haven't updated the stats here. It's basically both teams start the same way they started the game. And Fenerbahce with the first possession of this second half. That's exactly what they needed. Get the stop, get into transition. Oh, comes off the screen, looks at her options. Nice lift. The open three is short. Bright comes down with a rebound and looks to push. Numbers down the floor, all five in transition. Mizmin in the second trowel, stops. Little dribble to the middle for the easy two. And again, lanes filled, spacing out of the top drawer. Clinic of how to run the break, and the 2-3 zone is back on the floor until they find a way. It's much more matched up this time though. Oh, great little drive. Aho for two. And Fenerbahce come out, show the zone, and then match up. Aho down the lane for two, goes to 10 personal. Anderson drops it inside. Easy two, easy execution. And Howard breaks it back out to a 12-point advantage. Garvin lines up the three, rattles it in and out. Tadic on the offensive glass gets the two. They're hanging in. They need some stops. Tadic goes to 8 personal. Bride. Mizmin dives to the block, gets inside, goes inside and kicks. Dealt with defensively. Unar can't get the runner to go, gets her own rebound. That's a tremendous effort by Uzan. Foul on the play, and Uzan just outworked everybody. And there's the foul, no need to reach. Had it in the corner. 14-second reset. 2 minutes into this third quarter. Anderson takes the ball screen. McBride looks at her options. Anderson stops, fires up the long two, is long. Defensive rebound. Charles has it and brings it. Takes the ball screen in transition. Defense deals with it. Tadic releases and moves it on. Aho. Great hands by Anderson. 7 on the possession. Aho down the lane for 2 off the glass is good. Nina Aho, with the weight of her lineup on her shoulders, gets the 2. Gets it to single digits. Got to stop, got to score. Now they need another stop. McBride, step back, is no good. And Fenerbahce have gone a little bit one-on-one. Much tougher shots. Aho in transition. Garvin wide open for 3. Goes and drops the 3. Back to a 5-point game. And DVTK still in that team place where they share the ball. Fenerbahce, as I say, have gone a little bit create your own shot at the moment. Howard outside, moves it on. McBride goes to the inside. He's in traffic, needs a pass, finds one, easy 2. Super adjustment. Uzan just read the floor. Aho. Good start to this third quarter by the home club. Charles thinks about the 3, backs it out, likes the matchup. For 3 is long. Might have been better taking it off the pass. Bride backs out, needs a pass, finds Anderson on the reversal, and she is fouled on the penetration. Aho just gets her angle all wrong. Just shows too much of the middle. Uzan will inbound. McBride on the dribble. Howard. Bride, quick release on the... knocks down the 2. Well, if you want a demonstration of a quick release, you just saw one. Howard with the assist. Back out to a 10-point game. Staying with this zone. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Will stay with the home team. Grigolis-Gaute for Tadic. Monica Grigolis-Gaute had an impact in their first half. They really needed that. Garvin with the 3 is no good. That's a box out by Howard. Just cleared the space. McBride comes down with a rebound and brings it. To all intents and purposes, Fenerbahce with a 3-guard set really here. Howard stops and pops off the dribble, and the bank is open late night. This Colts late opening time for the bank. Charles. They can't dry up against this zone. Just takes the tempo out of what they're running, and then it's all forced. Charles. There, exactly that. Everybody's standing still. Anderson turns that defense into offense. Little lob, great defense. Aho. Too athletic. Lilik gets to the foul line, needs a pass. Charles will try to turn the corner into traffic. As much defense from Grigolis-Gaute as there was from Fenerbahce. Anderson pushes. The trowel. Miesemann thinks about it. Whistle on the play. Which I think may be technical. There's the penetration. It was Gaute and... well, she got pushed. To be fair to her, she got pushed into the contact. Wouldn't be surprised if the referees did have a look at that. They can't, but if they had have had a look at that, they'd have seen the push by Miesemann that took Grigolis-Gaute into the contact. Not what DVTK needed. 13 down. Fenerbahce with the basketball. Chance to make this a 15 or a 16-point margin. Anderson slices to the hoop, is fouled, and will go to the free throw line. That was quick. Charles with the bump. Not much of a bump, but enough. Onar will check back in. Uzan will sit. Yvonne Anderson enjoying life in Fenerbahce. It's always been one of those guards that enables her teammates, only averaging 6.8 points, but over 4 assists a game. Defensively, she is an asset. 14-point game. Fenerbahce have the 60-46 lead. And don't forget, DVTK only averaging in the mid-60s per game. Again, the defense, the zone is just sucking the life out of the offense. Great rebound by Charles. Has it knocked away. Bride leads the break. The tempo for Fenerbahce in transition is exceptional. Meisman going baseline, goes inside for the easy 2 for Natasha Howard. Timeout for DVTK. And Fenerbahce haven't missed a beat. Half time as though it hasn't happened. The zone is still sucking the life out of the offense.
Elite.
Sabon.
United.
Experienced.
Competitiva.
Ambiciozna.
Stylish.
Powerful.
Diverse.
Diferente.
Beraber.
Inspiring.
It's difficult to see what options DVTK have. They haven't gone to any change-up defensively. The one thing that they've prided themselves on across this EuroLeague women's season is their ability to control the other team's offense. But they haven't changed it up defensively, haven't put themselves in the position where they've given a different look to Fenerbahce. And Fenerbahce, with McBride at the 3, have just been so active. The zone is exceptional in the way it takes space. They just haven't been able to overload it. And then they've just got to back themselves to knock down shots like that. And why wouldn't it be Reka Lilic? Lilic, who brings them some hope, knocks down the 3. And they're going to have to trust and back themselves from the 3-point line. Meisman has it broken up, just about retains it. Goes to the middle. Steps through, takes the tough one, doesn't get it to go. Charles hunts it. They get the score, get the stop. Chance to eat into the lead. Here Charles, inside is blocked. With a capital B. That's like, get out. Don't bring that in here. Tenya checks in. Garvin turns down the post up. Aho and kicks. Tenya tries to break down the defense. Steps back to the middle. Needs a pass. Finds one. Aho had the chance, got to throw up the prayer, not answered. I had options before the poor pass, which they didn't take. Crucial 2:43 here, 13-point game. DVTK, just try to win the quarter. Win the quarter by 1, that'll be enough. You end up positive. Anderson lines up the 3, is no good. Garvin comes down with a rebound and will advance it. Needs a pass, and again, defensively, they just stop the transition. Aho. Man to man on the missed shot. Inside touch. Garmin steps back for two is good. Darcy Garmin gets it done again. Timeout. Coach Garnier understands the scenario right now. Cannot allow DVTK to get back in this at the start of the fourth. This crowd is worth points in the fourth quarter. Coach Garnier trying to control the advantage. Let's take a listen. Well, the number that pleases any coach is 18 assists. The only time they struggled early in this third quarter was when they went a little bit one-on-one. Percentages dropped, went back to movement of the ball, and it was normal service restore. But now it's down to 11. And DVTK know how important these next few minutes are. Niesman on the inside, feels the double team. Onar, they recover. McBride for the open three is no good. Howard on the glass, just cleans up the mess. Huge offensive rebound. Two-three zone again. Aho. It's just outside it, not attacking it, not overloading it. The open three is short. Chance on the transition. Onar drops in the bounce pass for Anderson, blows the layup. It was a tough one. Aho running the other way. Needs a pass going baseline. He's bumped, draws the contact. That may well be the first foul called on Fenerbahce in this quarter. It is. Axel checks in. Charles and Tadic will check back in for DVTK HUN-Therm. Charles just got to tick this scoreboard over. Tadic, that's a soft post, but gets it. Tries to back down Niesman. Tadic steps through the second move. Great little footwork. And Tadic played at 198. Looked like she was that big. Just exploited that size. Anderson, beautiful touch. Pretty play. Back to the 13-point lead. Charles outside. Tadic, they don't mind her catching it there. She goes high-low. Zlaute can't get it to drop. Contest the glass, the ball will stay with DVTK. Ruiz-Lacaite, that's a shot she would make 99 times out of 100. Short little jump hook. Tadic is the release. Charles wide open for three, just can't get it to go. Almost too much time. Anderson. They're just relentless, Fenerbahce. Relentless in how they play. Niesman gets to the foul line, needs a pass, hands it off. Onar for two is no good. And DVTK dodged the bullet at the end of the third. End of the third quarter where they started and got it back to 8. But Fenerbahce re-establish control, win the quarter 19-16, and will take a 66-53 advantage into the final quarter. It's a tough ask for the home club, but with this crowd, if there's a team that can do it, it's them. 54-33. They just cannot win the game at 33% against a team shooting 50 and a team with as much talent that this Fenerbahce have. 21 big points for Natasha Howard. Reason was 6 assists, but McBride with the rebounds. The big three finding a way to contribute. And then they've been ably helped by Yvonne Anderson's 13 points. Beautiful little play at the end of that third quarter. Just what an athlete she is. And there it is. That's the replay. Little back cut. Throw the alley-oop. If you can't see someone, you got to feel them. And Sofia Tenya just gave her space, and gave her space as a direct lane to the hoop. Coach Garnier has milked the zone and has done a great job. But still pushing. She knows how tough this team are. You don't go 6-0 without finding ways to get back in games. But this is a tough ask for DVTK. You can't ask for a better place to be than in this gym with this crowd. They'll have the ball at the start of this fourth quarter, down 13. See, there's the space and the option. They overloaded it from the ball screen and turned down the open look. Now they're in trouble. Drops it inside, just about hanging on. Tadic, nowhere to go, and just about throws it off the defense. So they overloaded the top of the zone and then didn't take the shot. And then they ended up here. 7 seconds on the possession. Simply have to get a shot. They have to go long. Tenya wants the ball screen. Hasn't got a lot of time. Drops it inside. Tadic's going to have to put this up. Just about gets it away. McBride finishes off the defense with a defensive rebound. Onar. McBride on the trail. Beautiful pass to Miesman on the inside. Doesn't get the 2 to go. Super pass. Charles. Just no point screening that side of the zone. Tadic, they leave her alone for the long 2. Can't get it to go. Charles is on the glass. Gets to the inside, puts up the jump hook, and they just stay with it. And Guigal gets the 2. That was just effort. But there's nothing short of effort on this team. Anderson will hand it off. McBride looks to turn the corner on the ball screen. Onar attacks the closeout. Off the glass for 2. Doesn't get it to go. Charles with a chance to run for DVTK. Lilik gets inside. Guzelaute is no good with the 2. Charles on the glass with the offensive rebound. Had a chance to go back up. Turned it down. Lobs it in. Tadic hangs on, hits the underside of the ring, and they're just trying to hang in there. Laksa thinks about the 3, drops it inside. Miesman faces up. That's going to be a moving screen on it. There's the moving screen. Darcy Garvin checks back in. Liga Escaute sits, and Aho will have the basketball. Got to get it under into single digits and keep it in single digits. Then they have a chance here. Lilik to the corner. Aho for 3. Drops it. And why wouldn't it be Aho? They just refuse to lay down. McBride. Anderson, beautiful little curl comes off her thigh. Big opportunity now for DVTK. Big opportunity to get this down to a 6 or a 5-point game. And then it just fell out of Anderson's hands. Aho, from that right side, just knocks down the 3. She's feeling it right now, feels the situation. Garbin could have, but didn't put up the 3. Charles looks at options, turns the corner, and just about doesn't turn it over. Aho keeps it alive, 5 on the possession. Gonna have to put this up. Charles gets it away, scrapes the front of the ring, chance to run the other way. Uzan. Miesemann lines it up, puts it on the floor. Goes with a running hook for 2. Everything about the decision-making process was out of the top drawer. Back to a 10-point game. Aho. And kicks, Charles. Got to back themselves a little bit now, DVTK. Tadic feels a little contact. Gets away of a walk. In fact, doesn't get away of a walk. But there's a difference right, well, all over her arm a little bit, but the difference at the minute, Charles in particular, has got to back herself in this situation. There's not a lot of other options for DVTK. The top 6 players in this rotation on tonight's game have just got to deliver. Miesemann goes to the inside. Whistle late, to say the least. But Howard looked like she was fouled. Well, Tadic will probably say she got as much contact the other way. Howard going to the free throw line. You've got to say it's a good thing. It's getting a little bit feisty. The home team realize how important this part of the game is. If they're going to get back in this game, they have to keep this tight now. And she knows it. She knows this game is not done. Howard drops the second, gets it back to an 11-point basketball game. 22 points, 22 big personal, 8 for 10. Tadic. Aho. Got to go up. Lilik for 3 is short. Tadic on the glass, fighting for it. Hits the floor, whistle on the play. Tadic putting in a shift. Just outworks everybody, gets a hand on it, gets 2 hands on it, hangs on. And they're going to call the jump ball. The home fans get into the Poznan. Turning their backs. Keeping their shirts on though, gotta say. 69-58. Oh no. Goes back court. Uzan couldn't control it. And DVTK's defense creates an opportunity for themselves here. Just hits the line. Simply have to back themselves in this situation. If it's your shot, you've got to back yourself. Overload the zone again. Charles lines up the 3, short. Came out really flat. Going the other way, McBride. Lead pass. Whistle on the play. And Emma Miesemann is always an option down the floor. Gets underneath the defense. She is what she is, just a superstar. Will go to the free throw line. Trying to manage this game now, trying to put margin between themselves and DVTK. Knocks down the first. How good is it to play in front of these fans if you're DVTK? They just are continually trying to lift their team. Aho will take the ball screen, gets into a little seam. Garmin lines up the three, simply has to start making those shots. Charles on the glass, can't get it to go. Garmin gets a second look from the three-point line, can't get it to go. McBride will chase it down. Garnier's not happy, I think, because there's a technical foul here. In fact, unsportsmanlike foul. Just need to find out on who. So we've got shots this way. Just trying to get confirmation of what has and hasn't been called. Charles has been called for an unsportsmanlike foul. Lilik has missed the second of the three throws. Not really sure where we're going now. In fact, no. They've changed that. So now let's check it out. I think it's the other way around. I think that Kyler McBride has been called for the unsportsmanlike foul. 2 free throws were awarded. They went 1 for 2. Now they have the basketball with the possession. Opportunity to get this back to single digits again. Charles in the corner, still all the way to the ring, blows the layup. Anderson. And well, why wouldn't you put it in Mieseman's hands? Flash to the high post, puts it on the floor. Mieseman going to work inside out. McBride for 3 is no good. Defensive rebound. Lilik has a chance to push. Simply, I've said it a few times now, they just got to tick the scoreboard over. The zone has just taken away the options they want. And they're settling for other shots. Shots that they're not really trying to get. Tadic, inside, outside. Aho, a shot they do want, but she can't make the 3. They are really struggling to function against this zone. And you know the rest of the EuroLeague women will note what Fenerbahce's defense has done to DVTK. 4:31 to go. The game is not gone for DVTK. They simply have to find a way to get the right people the shots that they want. They haven't thrown it into the high post. They haven't screened the outside of the zone very effectively. So Fenerbahce's zone is just able to stay in this 2-3 shape. See, that's one of the options they have. They can get stops, shoot the ball in transition, get organized in transition, know where you want to go before that zone can stifle your offense. Look to get the shot away. In the situation they're in, it's almost certainly their best option. It gives them the opportunity to try and get some momentum. It's just not what DVTK do normally. But it's got to start at this end. Got to get some stops. Uzan has it. So they space the floor. It's almost like a 4 corners offense. Uzan down the lane for 2 is good. Just pull the defense apart and attack the gaps. Well, here's the move the ball quickly, but no one wants to take the look. Charles gets inside, drops the pass, turns it over. down 14. Coach said let's shoot the ball before they get their zone set. And again, Fenerbahce go to the four corners almost. With Howard on the inside, going to work. Off the glass for two, doesn't get the drop. Charles leading the break. Whistle on the play. That'll be the third team foul for Fenerbahce. The officials have really picked up that type of stuff away from the ball. It's always, I think, good, especially for the big player, not to allow the little player like Anderson to get underneath them. Charles, haven't got time. They're trying to win this game as opposed to manage the margin. Haven't got time. They take a prayer at the end of the clock. Great rebound. And the foul. Ruigal Zukaite gets the offensive rebound. If they're going to try and get back in this to win this DVTK, then they really have to go earlier in the clock. I can't believe they're going to just try and manage the margin when if they just carried on winning games, there's just a trip to Fenerbahce to deal with. Down 13, 3 minutes to go. There is enough time in the game for DVTK. It's got to make you froze, and the ball will stay with DVTK. I think they took it off themselves. That's Howard's reaction. Aho will inbound. Charles comes off to stagger, gets it in the corners. Got to be aggressive. Lilik gets to the foul line, puts up the little runner. It's no good. Anderson can't get it. Charles can't get it. They're going to go jump ball. Fenerbahce now in the penalty. Miesemann, it comes off McBride's head. That's how it gets knocked loose. Miesemann's on the floor. Anderson can't pick it up. Charles hits the floor first, and if you go down hard, you've got more of a chance of getting it. As the ball didn't hit the ring, according to your graphic, there's only 0.7 on the shot clock. I don't know if I don't think the ball hit the ring. Well, they get it away. Chance here for Fenerbahce to eat more time up. Anderson has it. This has been a super performance by Anderson. Trying to control this game out now. 13 up with the basketball. Theirs to lose. McBride moves on. Uzan in the corner for three is no good. Charles can't control it. The ball will stay with Fenerbahce. Anderson just did enough on the glass. Well, for all the issues that Carla Charles has had on the game, 5 for 16 from the floor, but she's 11 points, 10 rebounds. The effort on the glass has been there. Garbin 4 for 14 and Charles 5 for 16. They just need everybody to function a little better. Lenik with only 2 for 8 from the floor. Compare that to Howard's 8 for 10, Anderson's 5 for 11 before you even get to Miesemann. Uzan needs a pass, finds one. Extra pass. Miesemann out to Anderson for the three is no good. Miesemann's on the glass. They'll just recycle. Turns around, is fouled. So shooting percentage-wise, it's just, it's not. DVTK just have to shoot a better percentage than this if they're going to compete with the defending champions. Miesemann 5 for 9, 8 for 10 for Howard, 5 for 12 now for Anderson. Uzan's 4 for 8. Niesman's chipped in with 5 rebounds and 6 assists. She just does it all. It's 15-point margin, 2 minutes to go. Fenerbahce controlling this one. And DVTK are going to have nightmares about this 2-3 zone. Their inability to break it down. Aho, reverse layup. The 2 is good. Nina Aho, 15 personal. Just having a great EuroLeague women's season. McBride. Anderson on the closeout. Attacks it, gets to the middle. Takes the tough one and is fouled and will go to the free throw line. 1:30 remaining in the game. Two for 2 for Anderson. Her role on this team is exciting. Fenerbahce building as they try and defend their title. Aho settles for the 3, is short. Charles with the offensive rebound, gets the putback. McBride is hit at the release, looks at the referee, doesn't get any love. Or has she? It looked like she was hit after she released it. Charles is frustrated, obviously, but Tyra Aho checks in. Well, Fenerbahce came here to make a statement, to get the win, to remain the only unbeaten team in this group. And they have secured that status. Ball goes out of bounds. Will go back to Fenerbahce. Well, whatever the final score, DVTK have shown that their 6-0 start was by no means lucky. They've hung in this game. Inside out. Niesman puts it on the floor, gets to the middle. Anderson for 2 is good. If there'd have been it's the defense for Fenerbahce. The 2-3 zone was taken away the way DVTK want to play. And has been the foundation that has given them this win. They've come to Hungary. They've played the only other unbeaten team in their group. And they have gone away. They will return back to Turkey. Coach Garnier and his staff have done a job today. The 2-3 zone and the quality in transition in that second quarter was just exceptional. And they get the win. They remain unbeaten. Halfway stage of the regular season of EuroLeague women. Valérie Garnier and Fenerbahce defending the EuroLeague women title. Go to 7-0 in this group. And a 7-0 that puts them in great shape for qualifying for the quarterfinals. DVTK just put in a super performance effort-wise. Averaged up to their points. That's the sort of number they score, but their effort against the zone will not please them. Didn't get enough good looks. They only shot 26% from the three-point line. Fenerbahce with 52 and 40%. We can talk about all sorts of aspects of the game, but McBride was just exceptional with 22 points. Sorry, with 12 rebounds. Howard with 22 points. Miesemann and Anderson gave Howard the support. Charles will be disappointed to only come up with 13. A lot of good opportunities to increase that total. But that's just a tremendous performance by Fenerbahce on the road. They get the win. They will remain unbeaten. 7-0 in the group. That's been a great performance on the road. They look like what they are, the current champions of EuroLeague Women. Hope you've enjoyed that one. We will leave you with some highlights. We'll see you again for more action from the best league competition there is in world basketball. Fenerbahce get the win over DVTK HUN-Therm. We'll see you again for more action from the Women's EuroLeague. But for now, good night.